Hello and welcome to Mark's Little Kitchen, where each week I show you how to make the most of the special offers available in Lidl. Now, pick of the week this week is this asparagus tips, 95p, and I'm going to show you a lovely spring starter of asparagus fries with a lemon mayonnaise. So I've got a couple of packs of asparagus. I've got some breadcrumbs. Now you can buy these, but if I've got a loaf that's coming towards the end of its life, I tend to whiz it up, put it in the oven for a low oven for 10-20 minutes just to dry everything, and then just store it in a jar until I need it. I've got some speck, which I found it's also German week in Lidl, which is a great treat. A little bit of parmesan, a couple of eggs, a lemon, some mustard and some olive oil and some flour. So the first stage is to prepare the asparagus. In this bowl I've got some plain flour. Here I've got 2 eggs beaten, and here I've got some dried breadcrumbs with some grated parmesan. So it's a very, very simple process. Stage 1, hold it by the tip and just dip it into the flour. From the flour straight into the egg. And then from the egg straight into the breadcrumbs. Just coat them and then put them to one side. You can actually do this the night before, it's absolutely fine the night before. You want it to look just like that, and then just pop it to one side. Okay, so my asparagus is now prepared. Here I've got a baking tray that's been in the oven, a hottish oven, about 200 degrees for 10-15 minutes to heat up, with some olive oil, which is also nice and hot. And all I'm going to do is just transfer the asparagus onto that tray, and then that's going to go into the oven for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes I'm going to have a look at it, turn the asparagus over, and it'll probably need another 10 minutes after that. So that should give me plenty of time to make my mayonnaise. So that's going in the hot oven for 10 minutes and then it'll be turned. So to make the mayonnaise, really simple. In here I've got 2 egg yolks. To that I'm going to add a teaspoon of mustard. This is whole grain mustard, but you could use any mustard. Dijon's nice. A good sprinkling of salt. Now I want this to be a really lemony, springy, sort of bright mayonnaise. So I'm going to use lemon juice. You could use vinegar if you wanted, but I prefer to use lemon juice in a mayonnaise. It goes really nicely with these with the asparagus tips. So I'm just going to add, that's half, and I'm just going to add a little bit more, but save some so that if my mayonnaise gets a little bit thick I can use a little bit more lemon juice at the end just to let it out a bit. That's in there. It's going to the mixer, and I've got nearly 300 millilitres of oil. This is a mixture of sunflower oil and olive oil. I find olive oil on its own is a little bit too strong, so I like to just mix the olive oil. So I'm going to start this at a good speed, and then really slowly add the olive oil. Add the oil. So I'm just going to take that out and just pour into a small bowl. And that's the kind of consistency that I think you want. So my asparagus has had just under 20 minutes, and you can see it's lovely and golden. So I'm just going to put that into a bowl. I've chopped and fried the speck, and I'm just going to sprinkle that over. And that is a really easy starter and a delicious way of using asparagus, especially with the lemon mayonnaise.